Hi, I'm Connie Barlow. I'm in Ludington, Michigan, a little north of Ludington, Michigan, near Hamlin Lake, on the property of some friends of ours we visit regularly here. And this is about 50 acres, and actually a lot more than that, of continuous forest. And I'm planting probably about 30 Torreya seeds today. Here's one. This is one of the ones that came from our 2013 harvest, and even though it's in mid-September, I've been keeping these refrigerated until I could get here to plant them. So again, mid-September. I decided to choose this place in part because it's got a very easy to recognize spot to return to see how the Torreys are doing. There's that large downed red oak, multi-stemmed, right behind me. Also, we have got a number of hemlock trees here, which are kind of unusual in this part of the forest. And I figure if the hemlock can grow here, perhaps Torrey can too. They might share the same kind of symbiotic fungi. The woolly adelgias have not gotten to Michigan yet. It's possible they won't be able to penetrate this area with the cold. We'll see. But if they do and take out the hemlocks, I'm hoping the Torreys will take their ecological place. We've also got some lovely little white pines behind me, not enough to really shade things out. But again, what I'm hoping for Torreya is that it will really do well in a largely deciduous canopy. This is a beech tree here. All the large beeches are being taken out by the scale insect and fungus brought in from Europe into Canada. Small ones are still maintaining here, but this is mostly maple, red oak, and in this section, quite a few white oak too. So here we are, 2014, mid-September, planting Torreya taxifolia in Ludington, Michigan. I figured this was a great spot to put in 6 Torreya seeds. You can hear the far road off in the distance there toward the north. Because, not so much because of that crossing the road, somebody will take that one down, but take a look. We've got a big red oak that fell over here. So you'll see that I end up planting 6 within the vicinity of here. And the very first one, the only one that's on this, the south side of the North End Road, is right here. All 6 of them have white birch that I'm using to mark where they are. There's white birch are tending to die in here, so I pulled some over and marked, and the seed is in the center there. The other thing I liked about this particular site is right off to here, there's a little baby hemlock, and then there's another baby hemlock here, and one right in front. Take a look at that. There's a baby hemlock right in front there, and several more to the side. So I'm thinking that if there's any symbiotic fungi on there, mycorrhizal, maybe they'll be able to populate this Torreya. Also, I don't see any large beech trees around here that would likely be falling over and crushing a tree later on. So here's where we are. All the other 5 are going to be within what you see there. So let's take a walk across now and look for Torreya seed number 2. Torreya seed number 2, we go directly in towards that fallen, multi-stemmed tree. And here it is, right at the base. So that's number 2. Take a look at the size of that tree through here. But you can see there's a small beech growing right here, as well as a hemlock, small hemlock right behind it. And what we have turning here is quite a nice size hemlock. And turning back here, we have a little small white pine going up right there, that small stem. Right in the center is a white pine. What's this here? Is that a maple? I can't quite tell. Here we've got another hemlock looking back, and that's the road in there. And seed number 3 is right over here. So again, the white birch marking it here, and right from here we can take a look back and see the white birch over there. That's seed number 1, and there's the road in between. So that gives us a sense of where we are. Here's another hemlock. They're all small. They're not very large hemlocks in this area. Here's another hemlock. And let's walk back over here to seed number 2 and head over to seed number 4. And you can see seed number 4. There's a fallen tree. There's seed number 4 right in there. Let's head over to it. Okay, so seed number 4 is buried in there, and all of this is really nice sandy loam. I used a stick to make a hole somewhere about 1.5 to 2 inches down, covered it with more leaves, and you'll see in this case I put in some squirrel protection in here, some more branches over the top. This is a great year for acorns. They're all over the place. So I think this is a great year to plant the Torreya seeds, that the squirrels will not be starving. They've got plenty of oaks. Look at all these acorns right on the trail. Right here, these leaves that have been chopped off by a squirrel up above seem to be the black oaks because they have those little bristles coming out of the very ends of the tips. Some more where the squirrels have cut it down. Now look at here, we've actually got a leaf of a white oak. Very much fewer white oaks here than the red and the blacks. Let's just take a look at all this wealth of acorns. With this many acorns on the ground, I think it's a pretty safe bet that the Torreya seeds that I'm planting just might not be dug up. I might not have to put too much attention into putting branches over the top to ensure that the squirrels can't get to them. Now, so this is seed number 4. We've got seed number 5 right through here. You see that white birch over there. And so we're going to proceed to the other side of, there we have seed number 2. We'll walk around there. So here's seed number 5. You can see I've got it very well protected from squirrels going in there. Young beech tree along there, some wintergreen, and here's a dead white birch there. Hasn't fallen yet, but there's no large beeches here that could fall onto this. And oh, look at that. See right there, that white in the center? We'll go over there. That'll be the last one, seed number 6. But right here, you can see the young hemlocks. And here's the fallen over red oak. And there in the center, you can see the white of the seed number 4. So this is seed number 6. Again, protected by some extra branches put in there. You can see over here, there's the fallen tree. And looking back in this direction, here's the road. So again, this is seed number 6. Very nice open area in here. It should get some sun. Let's take a look at what we have here. Here's what the forest looks like around through here. Virtually all deciduous. So certainly in the spring and the fall, we should get a lot of sun in here. Here I am the next day, back at the red oak that had fallen over where I planted 6 seeds in this vicinity, and this really is the best thing I've seen on the whole property. So I'm turning around here. I'm going to plant 9 more today for a total of 15. So let's go see what we have here. All right, right up I'm not protecting these really in any particular way, just using what I can find. So right down there, I'll put it between the fork there, a couple inches down. You can see this mass of white birch that came down here. It's a little white pine right there, and there's a couple small young hemlocks back in the denser part of that forest. So I think this is a good spot. I put in another seed, so that would be seed number 7. Seed number 8, put in right, dug sideways down and put in right under there. And then swiveling right around here to this nice chunk, I put in seed number 9 right here. You can see it's just a nice chunk. And what's interesting, I dug it underneath right there, but what I'll try to show here is there is a lot of nice fungal hyphae in this area. A lot of white began to show up when I put it in under there. There you can see some. Okay, seed number 9. So here's the area where I just planted seeds 7, 8, and 9, and then across there are all 6 of the other seeds. And I just put in seed number 10 here, seed number 10, and seed number 11 I've got in a triangle over here. Again, no protection other than the triangle itself. So here it is, and easy way to find it is that there's a very nice white oak right here. Very nice white oak. So this is seed number 11. There's also quite a downed white birch in through there. And right there is a little hemlock. Right there. So this is the area. You see heavy deciduous in this area. And seed number 12 is just moving over to, there is a stump right there. So moving over to this stump, beech leaves, are small beech saplings around here. They won't last very long. And then I put in, unprotected, but in this case maybe about 3 inches down. I really pushed that down. It was very nice sandy loam underneath there. And then there's a nice white oak right over there. So this is seed number 12. Okay, I just finished planting seeds 7, 8, and 9, and 10, 11, 12 over in this area. Now swiveling, here we are back on the Sphagnum Road path, and that white right there in the center, that was seed number 6 that I planted yesterday when I was doing triangles for all of the seeds, protecting them. Seed number 6. And I decided to put in seeds number 13, 14, and 15 back in this area because that dark green that you see right there in the background, those are some large hemlocks. So let's go take a look. Heading for an old stump, possibly a hemlock that came down long ago. Old rotting stump. Right here you can see there's a white pine alongside there. We've also got some very nice white oaks and maples in this area. You can see there's a lot of sunlight too. So here's the stump, and right underneath that kind of rotting little branch there, I planted a seed. And here we're getting close to the road. In fact, I just saw a car go by. Okay, so the next one, I decided I would also plant it near another downed feature here. So let's go look for it. Should be easy to find again. Again, I wasn't really protecting these. Underneath this branch here, right where that colorful, you see it's a white oak, it's not a red oak. And those are wintergreens next to it. There's a seed under there. So it's very close here. And let's take a look at who we have back here. Look at the size of these hemlocks. Those are hemlocks going up there. Okay, looking back down, we've got one more seed to go from here in order to get to having 15 seeds in what I consider to be the best area here. All right, here we can see we've got some hemlock branches right here. This is interesting. As you notice how low the branches are, it doesn't look like, even though this is an incredibly dense area of deer, it's just not possible to really hunt them enough here. And so they eat up just about everything. But you notice they're not eating the hemlocks. So maybe that bodes well for Torreya, which also has very, very pointy needles on it. But look at this. This is what we're going to have to protect the Torreya from when they get large. This is a young hemlock, and you can see right here the top of it has been scraped away. This is a lovely plant for a buck deer to scrape the velvet off its antlers. So we're going to have to protect the Torreys from that when they come up. So let's take a look at where I put in the 15th Torrey. I actually decided to cover this one up a little bit to protect it. Okay, there we are. In that area underneath those logs. So here we have a view of what we're looking at. You see a lot of sun there, a lot of sun. Nice little hemlock right over there. That's either a maple or a white oak in there. And then look at the density of the hemlocks in here. So there we have it. The 15th seed. Here's a little clearing created by some white birch that fell down. You can see the sun there. This is a two-stemmed red oak in the foreground. A lot of acorns on the ground, and I put 5 seeds back in that area. So let's take a look at where they are. The first one I put in, never done this before, but it's right inside whatever this stump used to be. See the pen there? It's all duff down in there, or very, very decayed wood. So we'll see if anything comes from that. So that's the first seed in this sequence of 5. Looking here, take a look. You can see all the debris of the white birches that went down. So this spot will be easy to find. It's not far from the trail sign called Friendly. There's another rotten area there. And this is looking out towards the meadow here. You can see the meadow towards the west there. That white streak beyond. There's also a little road path through there. So let's go to seed number 2. Here's seed number 1. Seed number 2 is actually, let's hone in on it here. That's that notebook in the front, and then seed number 3 is the blue water bottle directly behind it. So let's go take a look. All right, So it's actually planted on kind of right over there. And then seed number 3, I put it in right next to this young white pine. It's right underneath. I'm not protecting this group. I'm just going to see what happens. But it's right next to this very young white pine here. So let's see, that's seed number 3. Seed number 4, you can see how much light is coming through here. Seed number 4 is that plastic bag there, right in front of that other downed white birch. So let's head over towards that direction. Okay, and this one should be pretty easy to find here. Notice the number of acorns we've got. I have not moved any of these around. See the acorns there? Virtually all red oak here. There's a little bit of white and some black. There's some more acorns over here. Oh my gosh, look at right down here. The squirrel hasn't even gathered all of these yet. So there's plenty of acorns this year. Maybe they won't attack the Torreya seed that I've got buried about 2 inches deep there underneath that stick. So here's where I will find it, right by this long, and then this is a real obvious thing. Here's the stump that's left from that white birch. Okay, so that's seed number 4 there. And turning through here, this is what that opening looks like. There you can see back the other seeds, and over in this direction is where we're going to find seed number 5, the 5th and final seed in this opening. Again, none of them protected. None of them protected. So we'll see if that works. So here we go. Here we have a stick down there. Piece of paper next to it. Again, just sort of in the midst of this downed white birch. Oh, there's a nice mushroom over there, a red mushroom. See that? And then we're back over to looking at that big 2-stemmed red oak. Here's the west end of the property. There's a road right below there. And Lake Hamlin is across the way, and actually between this road and Lake Hamlin is the cedar swamp, white cedar and hemlock. This is a very steep slope here. A lot of hemlock right here. You can see how dark it is. My experience with hemlock, or rather with the species of Torreya that lives in California, the mountains of California, suggests to me that they really do well on a steep slope. And I think if I can put some on this steep slope, the buck certainly won't be using it for antler velvet rubbing. So let's see what we can find. Seed number 1, about 3 feet to the left and downhill of that stump. So that would put it actually right there, somewhere by that sunlight. We have a deciduous canopy above us right here. And behind, with the west sun coming in here, but we've also got some very healthy hemlocks here too. Okay, so seed number 1's up there. Seed number 2 is right behind this downed white birch. Right on the other side of that little fern that you see there. And so again, this is close to the bottom of the road here. So seed number 2 was right over there, and we're moving along here, and here we've got a beautiful, here's the ditch, Here we've got a beautiful white cedar, little white cedar, and there's a stump alongside it there, a downed white birch. There's a stump on the left, and I put the seed right under there, right above, right there, underneath where that red or black oak leaf is. Seed number 4 is behind that little stump of the white birch in the center of the screen there. This is quite a slope uphill, so that stump will hold it in place. Really good soil there. 2 more white birch there, and some beautiful, beautiful hemlocks. Look at the hemlock branches right here. Also, right below here, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right there. There is a little baby hemlock coming in right there. So this is a good area. Should be able to get some symbiotic fungi. I hope it works for this one. There's a no hunting sign there, and that's a really large hemlock. Number 5, directly behind that little stump, you can see off to the right behind it is a young beech. There you can see the top of the hill. This is another white birch, got fungus on it. It's going to be coming down soon. And the way to find this here is to look over there. We have a no hunting sign, and here's the road. So this is seed number 5, right in there. Seed number 6, directly behind that stump of a white birch in the center of the picture. You see another stump there. There's the another white birch, small beech behind there, and this is looking back towards where we planted the first 5 seeds. Okay, seed number 7, right behind that little cut-off stump in the center of the picture. Little iffy putting it there because that's quite a deer trail. See, there's the top where they go in. Easy to find. There's a no hunting sign. Some wonderful, these are beautiful hemlock trees. Back there, right along here is a little beech. But what I found very interesting, we've got some glorious maples right here. 2 beautiful maples with a little hemlock growing out from it. Maple trees.